What's going on, guys? I'm Captain Crayon, and today we are going to pass our familiarization flight. And I'll show you how to do it.
Welcome to the apron. This is where all our flying adventures begin. Why don't you walk around a bit while I finish the pre-flight preparations?
Okay, I'm going to start talking, and then he's going to start talking, so I'm just going to wait till he finished.
Today we will be flying in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's the main trainer airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine, climbs well, and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride. I'm ready if you are, so hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll.
Alright, so right here we have our Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Beautiful airplane. This is what most people will actually learn how to fly in for their first flight. So what we're going to do is first we got to take off all these covers, okay? So we're going to take off the engine cover. And while we're over here, you can inspect each one of these components to see if they're good, if they're bad, if they're worn, if they need to be maintained. But that's later on in the career. We're going to take off this static port cover and the pitot tube cover, okay? Now, before we remove the chocks, I like to go around and check on the aircraft.
I know the plane is majestic, but
So usually we can move these up and down to make sure they work. Alright, and we head back over here and do the same with these. Very good. And then we can just get back in the airplane as soon as we pick up the chocks. And just click on the door.
Welcome aboard. While you settle in, let's go over our flight plan. After taking off, we will climb to 1,500 feet above sea level, and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view. Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
Okay, guys. So we are going to hide the yoke, and I'm going to show you how to start this thing up. First, we're going to put the fuel mixture lever all the way to full. We're going to turn on the masters, avionic buses. We want to turn on our beacon light and our fuel pump. If it's cold out, we also want our pitot heater on. Then the next thing to do is just turn the key. Simple as that.
Perfect. The wind is from 270 degrees direction with a speed of 9 knots, so we'll be taking off from runway 27. Okay, let me taxi to the runway. Alright, now comes the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 60 knots airspeed. We will be climbing at 75 knots, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk. While climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming. I am here to help. Release the parking brakes, otherwise we're not going anywhere.
Alright, guys, we're gonna take off in a minute, but over here you see these lines, 5 degrees, 10 degrees. This is gonna come in as we take off, okay? So first we're gonna remove the brakes, which is control spacebar.
Good. Ready for takeoff? Apply full power to get us moving.
And now we can apply full power.
You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff.
Alright, so we're going to wait till we reach a speed of 55 knots, and we are going to gently pull back on our stick. And here we go.
55 knots.
And we're going to aim for about 15 degrees, which is that 15 line right here. Okay? We want to pull back the throttle just slightly. We don't want to be at 100%, otherwise, if you own an aircraft, you will damage your engine.
Don't pull on the yoke too much, or we'll lose speed. Keep the nose of the aircraft just above the horizon.
Alright.
We are approaching our first turn. As you'll see, the Cessna 172 requires very little yoke movement to turn.
Okay, so we
We are
are going to
300 feet
make...
above the ground. I will retract the flaps. You
Great.
keep climbing.
We're going to make our left turn. We are currently at our upwind. We are going towards crosswind, which is this side over here. You don't actually have to be inside these boxes. They're just suggestions. So don't let that drive you crazy,
Keep
guys.
climbing and prepare for the next turn.
Alright, our next turn is going to be towards downwind.
This is a good climbing angle. Try to visually remember it. Okay, turn left again. We are almost there. Remember,
Alright.
we need to climb to 1,500 feet. It will keep us 500 feet above the traffic pattern.
Fantastic. Look at the view, guys. This is so beautiful. We are actually in Linden, New Jersey, so you'll see New York skyline right out there
I
to
love
the
the weather
left.
today. The clouds are beautiful, aren't they?
Absolutely, they are. Alright, very good. So we're keeping that 10 degree, between 10 and 15 degrees.
There we are.
we're gonna
1,500
level
feet
off.
above sea level and 500 feet above the traffic pattern. We have safe separation with the other airplanes. Look around. See our airport? Let's fly over it.
Alright, so if we hit Shift B, we can take a look at our airport over there. That's where we're about to land. So let's turn and head toward base. And we want to lose some of the power. We don't need to be
Fantastic.
going
I
on,
know that you're busy
full throttle.
navigating and controlling the plane, but don't forget to enjoy the view.
Okay, the plane is directly above the airport, so we're probably going to be making, I forgot, a right-hand
Well
turn.
done. I believe you have a talent for piloting.
I guess
I hope you enjoyed the flight.
done, guys.
Let's head back to the ground now.
Wow, fantastic, and that's how easy it is to pass your first mission.
I'm glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it. Let's catch up at our headquarters.